And now let's get to the topic of protection. I mean, we got scared enough, although I think that our followers aren't scared at all because they know we are pure spirit. And let's start talking about the angels. All right, dear Alberto? Of course, people must put their minds at ease. They must just work in favor of good. That's it. Then you don't need to be afraid. We will be protected by angels. Do you remember we talked about this in our previous meeting? But during a war, someone might wonder, how can they protect me? It's hard to think or to imagine being protected during a certain historical period. There will be terrorists, they will get into churches and streets and soldiers into houses, okay? Well, let's see the messages. Luz de Maria 2013. I will send your keepers. He's talking precisely about the angels. When times will be difficult for humanity, they will defend you and help you. Don't be afraid. You will not be alone in the fight. My house will descend and will help my people. Oliveto Citro Apparition Salerno 2021. Brothers and sisters, humanity is living in a time of great tribulations. The followers of Satan want to make war. There will be wars. It's confirmed. But you who pray, do not be afraid. You who pray, do not be afraid. Do not be afraid. See, he says it again. Brothers and sisters, this is the time when heaven is calling you to answer his call. All people, well, not all, but a lot of people think of the angel as a delicate character who makes a heart-shaped spot appear on the ground, or a feather, or a 10-cent coin, which materializes right there. But there is a lot more to say about them. They can really protect you from terrorists, from wars, and it's already happened. I'll tell you more. In the 60s, a war broke out in Africa, in Congo. Check it out if you wish. A war with hundreds of thousands of deaths, alright? A bad war. A group of rioters was going to attack a school where there were children and missionaries, so their goal was to kill all of the children and missionaries. What happened? They left on this expedition, and all of a sudden, they saw in front of them a group of men, all dressed in white. They got a little scared, then they changed course. After the war was over, one of these fighters said that they had left on an expedition to the school, and he definitely saw these angels all dressed in white, and they really got scared just in seeing them, and they turned back. So, with great simplicity, the angel's intervention saved all of these missionaries and children from certain death. However, they have operated in a very similar way with the same methodology in China as well. In the 20th century, as usual, a guerrilla broke out, a group of rioters started killing Christians, thousands of murders, then they got to the town of Petang. In Petang, there was a priest who was carrying on praying St. Michael the Archangel. He let the other people pray him also at the end of each Mass. And also Virgin Mary is asking for it in this time, so recite the prayer to St. Michael the Archangel. What's happened? The guerrillas broke into this church. They saw some men appear. Actually, they were already there, near the ceiling. They saw a group of men all dressed in white. At the head of this army there was a majestic man with a sword in his hand, and next to him a woman dressed in white, which actually reminds us of St. Michael the Archangel and the Heavenly Mother. Now, these rioters started shooting high. Now, picture this. The people who were there in the church during the Mass saw these men entering and shooting at the ceiling. After the war was over, they questioned these guerrillas and asked them, why did you shoot high instead of firing at us? And they answered, what, you guys didn't see it? Above you there was a group of men dressed in white, a group of angels. So even then, they saved these people from a certain, or right, a certain massacre. But they can also intervene in other ways. I'll read you another message. Giglio tra le spine, apparitions approved by Father Amort, 2014. Give often thanks to your guardian angels and to all of the angels of the Lord, because they protect you from plenty of attacks of the enemy, thanks to their constant watch, and they inspire you truth with the light which shines in them forth from God. Pray them often. Nowadays, unfortunately, nobody is aware of the reality of the guardian angel. And that's a pity, because they intervene if you pray them. Thanks to the video we have recorded last time, a lady started praying her guardian angel again. So what happened? I'll tell you this story. Her daughter was at school. Easy, I'm not naming names. She has a strong stomach ache. So they called her mother, this lady, so that she could go there and to get her child. This lady got into her car. She was so worried. Then what we said last time came to her mind, so she started praying her guardian angel. And what happened? Inside the car she saw a cross. I guess a cross-shaped cloud. And the feather got stuck between her glasses and her face. And she told me, I'm in a car. Where did this feather come from? Also, her jacket was not padded with dark feathers, so she didn't know where this feather came from. More, she arrived at school and she couldn't get into because she didn't have the green thingy, but they let her in. Also, she told her angel, guard my daughter until my arrival. So what? She meets her daughter at school, and then her daughter passed out on her. So the angel has really guarded her until that moment. They came back home. She put her on the couch because she was still feeling ill. She was sweating. Inside her house, a white feather started flapping right inside her house. So everyone realized that the angel himself intervened. So once again, I tell you, start praying your angel again. Remember that in times of trouble, there is always your guardian angel with you, and sure, we'll have times of trouble. Alberto, when you tell these stories, it's always something magic. Thank you. We've heard a lot of them, but we never get tired of listening to you tell them. We should make a video only about that.